Welcome to TWVP, and on today's episode we talk about all the things that we thought really mattered when we first started our wedding business, but really in the grand scheme of things, yeah, not so much.
Yeah, we reflect on all the gear we thought we needed compared to what we actually needed.
Oh, I just need this, and if I get this, that'll be me, I'll be sorted.
Oh, what did you need?
Buying another lens, are you?
Yeah, to be fair, you've got a fair few.
I do.
Are you satisfied?
No.
Well, then that kind of defeats the point. Like, you always need new stuff.
Some of the things that we thought were absolute non-negotiables, I do feel like there's not really a comparison. Personally, that's my opinion.
And one of the things that I really regretted at the beginning of my business, I remortgaged my house to start this business, to buy all the equipment at once. Don't do it.
Did you?
Yep. Plus, we're playing I Do I.Q, where this week Danny is in the hot seat.
The bum question as well, that just threw me.
Yep. It threw the world, apparently.
We answer another question from the Lumix Lottery.
When would you sit in a cinema and watch someone walk for 5 seconds with a floaty dress?
And plus, one hell of a story from the Reddit rabbit hole. You're not going to want to miss this one.
What was he thinking?
I don't understand what goes... See some guys, right?
So, hope you're sitting comfortably. Let's enjoy this episode of TWVP.
Jason.
Hello, Danny.
Hello, Jason.
I thought I'd be a bit formal.
You went very formal.
Hello.
Is it me you're looking for?
I was once... this is totally off topic, but you know how in if you go to a petrol station, they can like put something over the voice comms to like speak to you, say, you need to press pay in kiosk, pal.
No,
Yep.
but yeah.
Yeah, okay, well, I used to work at a garage.
Okay.
And I just felt a little bit, eccentric one day. And when someone wasn't pushing the button, I said, hello, is it fuel you're looking for? You need to push that button there.
That's funny.
Yeah, they weren't really up for it.
No. I used to do something similar as well. So way back in the day when I was a manager in a call center many moons ago, and you used to have so the new recruits would come in and they would be like their first time on the phones or whatever. But there was like a setting that I could tap into their phone to listen to, but there was also a way for me to speak without the client hearing me.
Creepy.
No, so the person that was on the phones could hear, but obviously the person...
Can you imagine the flow of conversation? And we're just going to talk to...
That's pretty much how it went.
Yeah. Like, let's role play this just now. Hello there. Thank you very much for reaching out to us. We'd just like to...
My boiler's just...
yes. So, I'm hearing maybe that your
The
boilers...
boiler is not working.
Are you or are you... Is that what you're saying to the people?
I can't really remember exactly what we used to do, but we used to wake them. We used to terrorise them. It was quite bad.
Oh, I thought you were giving feedback saying make sure you ask this, but you're literally...
That's what you're meant to do. That's the purpose of the feature. However, we just used to rip the piss and then be like, it's just like, so unprofessional. And be like, fucking hell, me.
I remember for a job interview with my last employer, one of the things you had to do during the interview was like a phone call to a client, and they said, okay, we're going to get you to phone a client. In my head, I should have gone, they're not going to make me call a client if I don't work for the company.
But they actually made you phone?
Well, they made me phone someone. It was someone in the office.
Oh, right.
I didn't realize that at the time. I was young and naive, and so I'm being really professional, and my God, they were like throwing me shit like that, like saying, you're going to wind your neck in, and just shut up, like, this is not something I need. I'm like, oh, well, it's a bit forward. I know.
Really, I can tell you're a little bit frustrated, but we're going to get to the bottom of it.
I think I said something like that.
No, you didn't. Who the fuck you talking to?
I was like, leave me alone.
Step off.
Step off, you spooky bitch. Phones. I hate ads. I hate being on the phone.
Oh, yeah, I couldn't do it again. Give me... I remember when I left because I got made redundant from there, and then I went and worked at a local startup, and it was it was out of that whole environment. Then things went south, and then with that, because it was a startup, and then I went to another company. I went to BT, and oh my god, it was so much worse. And I was just like, as soon as I got in there, I was looking for like an exit. It was so bad. I hated every second of it. It's quite funny as well, because then Kirsty, remember Kirsty being, when did you work at BT? I was like, are you joking? I was there for 9 months, and it was absolute hell.
Oh man, I lasted at the Sky call center for a month. I remember we went through training, and then they put us on the phones, and the manager was like, "Oh, remember guys, you need to start a call with, hello, you're through to Sky, the home of HD." And I was like, "I right." He's like, "No, you need to say it."
Yeah.
Oh.
They're a different
breed.
breed.
Through to Sky, the home of HD. That was awful, man. Like you were set like old women were calling up saying, "Hiya, son, just looking to cancel my box. Don't watch it anymore." I was like, it's probably because you're not got it in HD. How would you like a HD upgrade?
How would you like an extra £6 a month added to your bill?
That's an extra £20 a month, but I guarantee you that it's going to be exquisite
view. Issues. That is going to fix it.
Yeah, it's because you can't see it properly.
Yeah, that's it. All fuzzy.
All that 720p nonsense. I get that 1080 up and you'll be fine. That's twice the quality for half the price.
Oh man, just gives me
Yeah.
That is a period of my life I'm glad that is no longer active.
Now, soon one day you'll be talking about. There was one day I was doing this podcast with this absolute wanker.
I already send those voice notes to other people.
If your editing backlog is stressing you out, Bride and Groom Video are here to help.
You get a dedicated account manager that matches an editor to your unique style, so your films can get delivered without the overwhelm.
Listeners of That Wedding Videographer podcast get £75 off their first order by using the code TWVP75.
And for UK videographers only, brideandgroom.video have launched a special package price for feature and highlight films just for you.
Plus, you'll also get an extra discount in ceremony and speeches.
This makes it much more cost effective to use brideandgroom.video as your editing studio.
Send your footage, send your brief, and they'll sort the rest.
Hasta la vista, backlog. Now, I guess since we are reminiscing about the past, we thought it'd be a good idea this week to have a conversation about things that when we first started out were like we thought were extremely important, but in hindsight, really, it's not that important.
It's a nice segue. Nice segue there. You're always on it with the segues.
Yeah.
Because I think when you start, you've got all these ideas. It's almost fears thinking, oh, I need this, this, and this before I can actually be where I want to be. And then you get into it, and you realize half of those things are absolutely not important. I remember, for example, before I even filmed a wedding, the amount of gear that I bought included a Mavic 2 Zoom that I spent over $1,000 on.
Is that thing that you've got in the box?
Yeah.
That you've not really used?
I've used it once in 8 years. I've still not sold it.
I don't know why you've not sold that.
Actually, the box got water damage in my car.
Every year that goes by, that decreases in value.
I know, but it's not. I don't know. It's just
Was that the first drone you bought?
Yeah.
And you used it once?
Because I realized, oh, that's a bit big. Don't need that. Don't need that. I didn't even use drones for the first couple of years. I was like, you know what? I don't even need it. People don't want it. And then they did want it. So I bought a mini.
Yeah.
I think it's because I was going through training at my former job, and there was all these regulations over heavier drones. And I'm like, you know what? I just want to play it safe. Let's get a mini. Nice and simple.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's funny though, isn't it? Because like when you first start, you have all these, it's like non-negotiables. I remember like chatting to Kirsty about it. And it was always a case, oh, I just need this. If I get this, that'll be me. I'll be sorted. I'll not need anything else. And then she now makes a joke out of it because even to this day, she's like, oh, right.
Oh, what did you need?
Buying another lens, are you?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, you've got a fair few.
I do.
Are you satisfied?
No.
Well, then that kind of defeats the point. Like, you always need new stuff before you're happy.
But it's different. You realize though that you don't need it. Like once you've got your, I mean, well, let's dial it back, right? So when you first start, you need everything, right? You want everything. You want
everything.
No, but in your head, you need everything.
Mm-hmm.
You need everything. You need 3-4 cameras. all with a mixture of lenses.
And they need to be top of the range cameras.
They need to be top of the range cameras. You need the best editing suite,
Mm-hmm.
the best music.
It always starts with equipment, doesn't it? Because I remember even looking in my notebook from before I started. I've still got it, the rambles of what I needed,
Do you?
and I priced them all out and everything. I'm like, this is what I need to because when I was working full-time job, this is what I need to allocate to buy that equipment. And it was the top of the range cameras. I didn't settle for thinking, you know what, I could actually do that with a lesser quality camera. No, it needs to be that camera because that's what that videographer uses, and I want that product.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where it always stemmed from. It was always you were looking at the market and thinking, they're achieving that. That's
With
what I
that.
want.
Uh-huh.
Because if they've got that, I can do that.
And-
Wrong.
You very quickly realise. Because I remember, so it was like, I remember like way back in the day, I hadn't even spoken to Russell at this point, and I remember like watching some of his stuff and going like, oh my God, right, so he's got I think it was, he had the S1H, the original S1H at the time. Maybe he was using an S1 at the time as well. Can't remember. But I remember going, right, if I get these full frame cameras, because that was on the GH5 at the time, that's my footage is going to look like that.
Yeah.
So wrong.
It might.
I had so much to learn when it came to just exposure and composition and all that other good stuff. So yeah, it's funny. It's funny how like your whole your in your head it is literally all about the gear. It's about buy this, and that will fix this problem.
Oh, that'll fix it. Yeah. I always think of a situation that if my bag got nicked, or if I'd left, more realistic, if I'd left home without taking my bag to go to a wedding, and like I knew there was a videographer in the area, and they said, or a photographer, can I just use one of your cameras today? Give me a memory card, use one of your cameras, one lens. Could I capture that wedding well? Yeah, I probably could. I wouldn't do it to the degree that I probably could, but I would still capture that wedding well, because it doesn't matter what equipment I've got. I know where I need to be to capture a half decent wedding. Obviously, as you get used to your own equipment and stuff, that's where the sort of where you can fix the little problems. But you will cover everything you need to be able to deliver a product, even with the most minimal equipment. It's what's more important than equipment is your experience on the day and how you approach the situation.
Yeah.
Not necessarily what you film. Now, granted, equipment is definitely going to improve things for sure. I remember, when I was shooting on the one camera that I had for years when I started, which wasn't even the best camera on the market at that point, and I kept it for years, and there was definitely a difference when I upgraded. But did it affect the bookings? No. It didn't. It didn't improve. It only affected it from my aesthetic on the edit screen. I was looking, okay, that is different. But your clients did not know what camera you're using, and most of the time they can't tell,
and they don't really care.
No,
and nor would they want to. They just look at what you're able to deliver. I mean, don't get me wrong, I think you're right. I think there's some instances where gear definitely can make a difference. I think for me, moving from the Micro Four Thirds to the full frame was a big jump in terms of the look and aesthetic, because of better bokeh and better in low light situations and stuff like that. But again, plenty of filmmakers that still film on the GH5s or GH5S or whatever, and like you can still make amazing work using those cameras. It just experience and live through experience of being at a wedding day and how it all works, and the learning the anticipation of where to be and stuff like that is far more important than the gear that you use. But again, caveat to that, doesn't mean that like you could rock up and be filming on a, I don't know, is it the 5D Mark II? It does like 720.
Yeah.
Like you're probably going to notice that, like the difference in quality there. Like there's no getting away from that. But I would say in like modern cameras and stuff, like getting like the latest flagships or whatever, it's not always a necessity. It's nice to have, don't get me wrong. Like, because do I love my S1R2 and my S1 II? Absolutely. Is it a jump from the S5 II? Yes. But in realistic terms, I didn't need it didn't need to buy it. It wasn't like pivotal for the business, but it did just make things a little bit easier.
But say you were still using a Canon 5D Mark II. It's the edit that you create from that footage that is going to ultimately be what the product is.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
So,
I just
yeah.
mean like 720 versus even 1080 is a sizable jump, you know.
Oh, for sure.
In
And
terms of quality.
you can definitely upscale and stuff like that.
You can.
There's technology to do that. But I think it's, this message is like for people who are starting out or thinking, you know what, I need to evolve the business in some way. And they're thinking, okay, the correct move is equipment. I need to have all of the gear that my favorite videographers have because that's how I'm going to do it. But when I first started going out, my boot was full going to the weddings. Like I had so much gear, I had so many things. And over time, like there was lenses that weren't getting used, there was cameras that weren't getting used, tripods not getting used, microphones not getting used. I brought them not because for safety. I brought them because I thought I needed them, and I didn't. So over the years, I simplified things, and now I bring my bag, I bring the 2 tripods I need. I very slimmed down because I've just brought what I need to film a wedding now. So you don't need all of this stuff. It's knowing, okay, can you go into a room and figure out where the story is there to do the job correctly. And everyone's got different styles. Some people require like to have 4 or 5 cameras up for ceremonies. As much as like you are not missing anything there, I do think that's still overkill. So if you are in that mindset, you don't need it. But in certain situations, there are certain weddings where you go, actually, you know what? That's probably worth it.
Okay, it's nice to have all the extra angles and stuff like that, but I think as time goes on, certainly considering that I shoot solo for the majority of the time, kind of like realise that just simple is better, just so
Simple, so much better.
Just so that you're a wee bit more nimble. Because even now, like I've kind of just dropped down to 2 cameras, 2 statics for a ceremony and speeches, and then for the third camera, for instance, if the groom's like doing his vows or whatever, it's like the Richard Lang approach, just kind of like cross over with my technically what is my A cam, and just capture him, doing his vows or whatever,
I mean, this is the first time in a long time where I've considered buying more gear because I want to change the look of my films. And I am thinking, immediately it's drawn to us. It's built into every videographer. They're like, oh yeah, I need to get that camera. That's what I need. But I hear so many people on podcasts saying they're still shooting with cameras that aren't like the top of the line ones, but they still have a use for them. For example, great camera, the S9, right? It's not the top of the range camera, but there's so many people using that at weddings and getting great results from them.
Especially now that the unlimited record function was out.
But people will always go, like, they'll look at the S1R2 or the S1 II, like, as, that's what I need. It's a great camera, but it's not the minimum requirement for filming a wedding. So if you are looking at getting another bit of equipment to your arsenal, you can look at purchasing something like that. Do remember though, obviously with Lumix, you can't loan it to try. So if you do want to get a fancy camera for one wedding, you can loan that for 48 hours, which is great.
I think it just helps you stop wasting money.
Well, yeah, because
I've wasted a lot of money on just buying stuff that I didn't need. Because I remember even before the S5 II came out, I had just purchased another S5.
You have a lot of equipment.
Yeah, I do.
You do. I've just not gone down that route.
So do as I say, not as I do. Looking to upgrade your cameras? Well, let's introduce you to the new Lumix flagships, the S1R2
and the S1 II. Some of the features we love about these cameras are:
on the S1R2, being able to crop in past the APS-C in pixel mode, giving you 3 focal lengths from 1 prime.
And the S1 II is also feisty, giving you 5.1K open gate at 50 frames a second.
Both of these cameras have 100 frames a second with a 1.1 crop.
Plus, both these cameras come with industry-leading IBIS, which Lumix is known for.
Lumix also has a loan scheme which allows you to borrow these cameras for 48 hours so you can try them out and make sure that they're the camera for you.
Not only will they deliver them for free, but they'll also pick them up for free as well.
Use the code TWVP at the Lumix store for 10% off.
Check the link in the show notes below.
Welcome back, folks. We'll have more of that conversation later on in the episode, but first it's time for our first feature. Everyone's favourite box. The Lumix Lottery. Woo-hoo-hoo. What's in the box today? A question will be pulled from this box at random, and then we'll ask that question to ourselves and then put it into the Facebook group, which is That Wedding Videographer Podcast on Facebook. Make sure you join that. And we'll pose a question in there, and you guys can have your say on that topic as well. So, let's see what we got in the box today.
Give me.
Oh, yeah. You're picking.
It's me to pick.
You're picking.
It's me to pick. Are cinematic slow-mo films dying?
Dying is a harsh word,
That is quite a harsh word, I think.
but because there's a lot of people who definitely utilize it well, I am moving so far away from slow motion.
I don't know if it's dying. I don't know if it will ever die. I don't think it will ever die, but I think it's not. I would say those types of films are not so much what I see on my feed anymore.
Yeah.
At the moment, what my feed is covered in is like fast paced, what I would deem as shaky camera movement that gives me the fear a little bit, because I am that kind of, I prefer the kind of like slow mo cinematic kind of look. Yeah, more energy, less slow mo.
I think the reason that things like that are kind of taken off, maybe I'm not getting so much like shaky stuff, but what I am getting is more like spoken word, natural, feel in the moment thing. What slow motion does is take you out of the wedding. It enhances a moment, like confetti and stuff looks great when it's slow mo, but actually it also looks great when it's not slow mo. It and it's a reminder of like how that moment actually looked. When you kind of go to 25 frames a second, it just feels more real. It's on the day. And I think that's kind of what people are leaning into now. They want to feel more natural. They want less of the, like this is a highly cinematic thing. I want to just feel like what it was actually like to be there on the wedding day.
Yeah.
So I'm finding that I am shooting in 25 frames a second most of the day now. And even if I shot at 50, I tend not to slow it down. The only times I want to slow it down is maybe like the detail shots or something like that, where I like, I can't pan properly at 25, so I slow it down at 50, and then I
Stabilize.
Yeah, it's pretty much the only time I do it. But that just kind of gives it safety for me. But yeah, I think 25 frames is. I just think it looks. I'm just enjoying it way more now.
Yeah. I think, like I said, I don't think it's dead, but I think it's. It would appear, and I don't know. Again, that could just be my algorithm being absolutely skewed, but I don't think it's quite as popular as it once was. I think the real, authentic kind of that look is more in at the moment.
Social media's got a lot to play as well, because it has shortened everyone's attention span. So unless something has a visual hook or is visually appealing immediately, won't get shown, or people won't be interested. And a slow motion, if it takes 10 seconds for someone to walk around a corner, to walk down an aisle, it looks great, sure, but no one's going to sit and wait for that payoff. And if every shot after that is also slow, it's just not. There's definitely a time and place for slow motion. And I like to use speed ramps to slow a moment down if it's necessary. But I think there is, I can't remember the filmmaking term, but if you just use slow motion for the sake of using it, it doesn't fit as well as it maybe used to, because I think a lot of us just discovered that, we can shoot in 100 frames, so let's just use it. That floppy dress looks great in 100 frames. It does, but when would you sit in a cinema and watch someone walk for 5 seconds with a floaty dress? When would you ever watch that in a film and be like, that was necessary?
Yeah.
It's just because it looks nice, but maybe that's not what you need for making cinema.
No, but times change, so
yeah,
I think things are changing.
Sounds like my style's in.
Well, according to my Instagram feed, yes.
Apparently so.
Maybe I need to change. Okay.
That'd be a laugh. You'll never change. You're so the opposite way though. Like you're not like a slow motion cinematic person, but because you do like to use like natural time as well. But like the shaky stuff, my god, if it moves an inch, a centimeter even,
I just don't like it.
I know it's fine.
But some people that do it and it looks great. But just if I look at it, I just like that doesn't look like it's intentional. That looks as if I've just jerked the camera.
I don't think any movement is intentional. A wedding is the fact that it's just chaotic, isn't it? But
No.
hey.
Well, that was the Lumix Lottery.
What's your thoughts? Join us on That Wedding Videographer podcast in the Facebook group. We'll put that question in on Thursday, not like Monday like we did this week, which is why we have no reason to none of your answers that we will talk about this from last week's question because, well, I mean, I just posted it now.
We're really busy planning the summit. Now, back to the podcast. I've definitely purchased stuff over the years that I probably didn't need to do. I think less so. I have less regret with the cameras and the lenses that I've purchased, and more regret probably with like microphones and stuff. Because I think I've bought almost every single thing that's been available to me. Like, I bought. So started off, got the Sony TXs. Wasn't happy with them. No idea why, but just
you didn't like them.
I liked them, but it was like all the peaking and stuff like that just annoyed the life out of me. You know, especially because we've got a few celebrants in this neck of the woods that. If anybody's in Scotland that's a videographer,
they'll know.
They'll know.
There's a list.
But yeah, they like to shout during parts of the ceremony, and it just used to annoy the life out of me because you can't fix it. Wasn't happy with that. Then bought Tascams. Was somewhat happy with it, but it just used to annoy me that I had it because the Tascams recorded like two different tracks of the same track, except one was maybe like 6 decibels quieter or whatever, so you could save it. That was a bit annoying. Then went over to the what did I have after that? I got the tentacles. They were quite good, but I don't know why. Just a couple of times I just didn't hit the record button. Just different workflow and stuff, and then I just got annoyed with them. And I think I literally bought 2 of the tentacles, and then 2 weeks or 3 weeks later bought the Hollyland Mark II, Lark Max 2s, and I think now I've settled that they are the one for me.
I'm glad you're happy.
Yeah, but that's a lot of just purchasing crap when really, in the grand scheme of things, I could have got away with the TXs because the majority of the market uses them. You know. But again, it's buying more stuff constantly to improve something that maybe was already good enough. Didn't really need it. It's like small things, and that's not to say that don't always look to try and like step up, you know, in your craft and stuff like that. But there's also times when it's like just have a think about what you're buying at the moment and do you need to buy it? 'Cause I have definitely wasted a lot of money over the 5 years or something like that I've been doing this that really didn't need to get wasted.
See, I was listening to that thinking, oh, you know what, I've not like been in the same journey as you. I bought every single one of those microphones bar the tentacles. I got the Tascams, I've got the TXs, I've got the DJIs as well. And
I forgot about them.
Yeah.
They used to annoy the life out of me as well though.
Yeah, I mean they're good for the microphone.
Didn't have 32-bit float. That was the issue.
No, I mean I started on the Zoom H1. Like, so it was just a little thing you'd stick on the
Is that the field recorder?
Yeah, and that's what I had. I didn't have on. I actually no. There was one I bought. It was like this little, like I can't remember what brand it was, but it was like this little dictaphone thing that had like a lav go into it, and it would record. But it would fail every time. I think it had like an internal memory of like, I don't know, 500 megabytes or something like that. It was awful, and I think I got one good wedding out of it, like one successful attempt out of about 5. So I was like, I really need a decent option here, and I think TXs were about, but I hadn't really looked into them. So yeah, got them. Tascams, I thought, oh, I kind of need that. People have got that, and it would be good to like. That was during my I'm gonna make the bride era, and then that got put out the window very quickly. And then like the DJIs, I needed it for interview field. That's actually been pretty good for that. But again, when people like put the microphone in their mouth, it's just gone. I haven't got the technicals yet, but I like the idea of them.
They're good. They're just I
Yeah.
don't know. My brain just. I think it'd be better for me. I'm keeping them. I'll use them for corporate
Yeah.
stuff. But
But,
anyway,
yeah, I mean, the whole point of this is obviously like, yes, microphones is something you need, but thinking like, oh, I need this microphone because it'll make it better. There's, different microphones for different jobs. The Tascams are still probably the most popular microphone in America. Like every podcast I hear, they're using Tascams. So it's still a great source, but it's you don't need all the microphones. You don't need the very best microphones. You just need like a TX is a great entry level microphone for you. Great. They're coming down in price because I think demand is actually getting lower. They're top quality and like so robust. They just work.
but if you can stretch it, just go straight to the Lark Max 2s.
Yeah, just do it. Like, because to buy 4 TXs will be the same price as buying the 4 Larks.
And at least you get 32-bit float.
Yeah, they're great, and you can
Charging
control them
case,
wirelessly.
Yeah,
It's just
it's a great bit of kit.
they have been so good. I kind of went down a different journey in terms of like buying all the equipment. I thought, yes, I've got the basic equipment that I need, but what I didn't realize at the beginning is that I just made my website. It was fine. That'll work. Websites exist to get bookings, but my journey was like going through education and branding. That's where I spent my money, and that did make a massive difference at the beginning. I think you can. There's so many education courses out there, and I do think you have to be kind of selective over what you choose to invest in, because there's a lot of people that will say, "We're going to transform your business. You're going to have $10,000 a month coming in, no matter what happens." And it is definitely achievable, but you've got to remember with a lot of these adverts that claim this stuff, it gets you interested. Like it absolutely is get you interested, because who doesn't want to make that? So thinking, oh, if I just buy this course and I just buy this course, I'll be fine. Try and really invest your time into figuring out who it is that's talking to you, and if you've got questions, and they will respond to you with genuine support, then yeah, it might be worth investing some of their time if they've got stuff to show you. But education definitely helped me for sure.
Yeah, I would say, and it's one of those ones as well that when you start off, or when you're starting out, you'll maybe put a little bit into. Like I don't think I properly started investing in the education until I was a little bit further down the road, and then started to kind of put a bit of money behind it. And it's always quite difficult, isn't it? Because it's every pound is precious, especially when you're first starting out.
Yeah.
But doing the different courses, especially now that are available, obviously you've got Rue's course, you've got, the Lawsons, you've got
neither of which claim are going to make you $10,000 a month.
Well,
so
Rue's definitely does. None of them do. But again, I think because they're, especially based in the UK, they understand that stuff's not really gonna, fly over here. Because some people make that amount per wedding, but they are in the very, I don't know, 1%. Or 5% or whatever. Like there's not a massive amount. So in terms of like for like the mid market and stuff like that, it would just turn people off. But yeah, there's like a plethora of courses that are available now. Phil White as well. Like so many different ones, and then you've got different mentoring that's available. And I would say that mentoring is definitely something that you should consider. I think when I first started out, I maybe didn't think it was as. This is kind of the opposite of what we were talking about, but didn't think it was as important as, maybe for instance like the new camera equipment or the new drone or whatever, like cause that's it's like tangible or whatever. Whereas I would say getting a mentor from somebody that's been there, done that, and lived it, getting almost like direct access to that lived experience is in a lot of ways far more valuable.
Yeah. One thing I would say, if someone is starting out or they're thinking about changing the direction and they're thinking, yeah, we need all this equipment to do it, the most important thing you can do to either get started or to showcase that this is the work you want to do is to have work to show. And the quickest way to do that is investing in style shoots. And there are loads of style shoots out there for different types of brands and looks and feels. Like, yes, you can go to Lake Como and you know, it's expensive, not necessarily because, you know, it's not worth it. It's super expensive to host a style shoot out there, for one thing. But if you want to go out there and shoot that content, and that's the content you want to show to the world to say that's what you do, get yourself a camera that can film. Like, that's, and then go and film the content. You won't necessarily get weddings booked before you do that, because no one knows what you're capable of. So, like, I didn't invest a lot in styled shoots at the beginning, and I think it would have elevated things a lot quicker if I had. And to be fair, I've not really used a styled shoot in any of my marketing because I eventually got the weddings, but I kind of did it the hard way. I think if I was beginning, I would be going really hard at the styled shoots. And obviously, you know, you got to say that it's a styled shoot and things like that. And if all your experience is styled shoots, then it's a real wake up call when you go to a wedding and it's not a paid couple who are models. That is a very different experience. So really bear that in mind.
Yeah, and also don't sell the try and sell the footage or photos to make it imply that it was a real wedding.
Oh yeah,
as well.
you gotta be honest. Like it's a styled shoot that
It's just showing off your ability, what you are able to do. Now, granted, it's in a controlled environment without a deadline, which is why it's different. But it still shows that you can work a camera.
And if you don't want to buy a style shoot, organize one. Like if you type into Instagram or Google, like model couples.
I think generally you'll need to pay for the model.
Of course.
You may have to pay for the venue, but some venues will be happy to collaborate.
Yeah.
I
mean, there's an investment still, but what that will do for you is more than an expensive camera will do for you if you don't have any weddings. Like, if you just spend all your money on an expensive camera and you've got no weddings to film, then all you've got is an expensive camera with no weddings to film. But if you go and invest in a styled shoot, then at least you've got something that you can put advertising behind and go, actually, this is what I can do with a camera. Would you like me to do that with you?
I got another one.
Okay, hit me.
So, when I first started out, I would not buy secondhand.
Okay.
Just wouldn't do it.
Okay.
New all the way. Has to be new. If it's touched somebody else's hands, I don't want it.
The only things I bought brand new are SD cards, hard drives, and the Holyland Larks. Everything else I own is secondhand.
Is it?
Apart from the bag. But yeah, I think all my cameras were secondhand.
Were they?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just was like, nah, it has to be new because don't trust it and stuff like that. Whereas now, like, I've bought so many secondhand lenses. Because there's, like, again, there's people out there that have just, like a Stevie Weir, for instance.
Yeah.
That's bought all this stuff, played about with it for a month and went, yeah, nah, not for me.
Yep.
on to the next thing.
There's a lot of people who like to dabble in different bits of technology and just play about with it. But the secondhand market is brilliant, especially if you're starting out. Like,
oh, massive. Just
so good. And there's so many sites that are, you know, really good for that. Like, it can really help you out. I think not everything needs to be brand new, but it just, obviously you don't want to get something that's absolutely battered. But
no, but I mean, like, you can, like, for instance, like, I bought quite a few things off of eBay. I've stayed away from places like Facebook Marketplace. I've had too many bad experiences trying to sell stuff on Facebook Marketplace. Like, some guy basically tried to come and rob me of my MacBook Pro.
Wow.
At the original studio that I was at with John. Tried to, like, show me a fake kind of, like, bank thing to say that he transferred the money. And I was like, well, I don't have it. He's like, oh, you'll get it in a couple of days. I'm like, well, you're not leaving here with the laptop, so.
Wow. Well, you can come back in a couple of days, mate. See you later. Oh my God.
Yeah, it was wild. I knew straight away anyway because it was like a different guy that turned up than the Facebook profile photo and all that. So just like, nah. Like,
That's awful.
John was meant to be in the bloody room with me as well, because he was quite a big guy in that. John was meant to be there, and he's kind of like just ducking in and out, and I'm like, can you just do it in the fucking room, please?
Holy crap.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I don't really like doing Facebook Marketplace, but eBay is a good eBay is a good source for stuff. Quite a few different lenses off of there as well, and then just slowly but surely, kind of just start to, you will add to it, and that's fine, but you just don't need to. Definitely as well, don't try and get everything at once, you know.
Yeah.
So don't go and buy, unless there's like an amazing deal or offer or something like that. Don't
Yeah.
go and buy, you know, all these different cameras and absolutely rick yourself, so that, for instance, you don't have the money to get involved in a style shoot or get, you know, put some money behind marketing or invest in your website and stuff like that. Because stuff like that, website and branding, we've talked about it before in the podcast, it is just way more valuable.
I remortgaged my house to start this business, to buy all the equipment at once. Don't do it.
Did you?
Yep.
Did you actually?
Mhm.
Is that how you funded your?
That's how I bought all the equipment. I had a full-time job. I could have paid it, but I was impatient. And I was like, you know what? I need all this stuff right now. I made a list, and I need all this stuff
How
right
much
now.
that come to?
12 grand.
Right. Well.
12 grand.
So what? You just took 12 grand out of the house?
And I didn't need to.
You didn't just take 12 grand out though, did you?
No, I did. Because
12 on the button.
yeah, 12 grand. I didn't need 12 grand for the equipment, but I wanted a cash flow reserve at the beginning to kind of as a buffer as well. That was really pointless. Yeah, that was really unnecessary. And there was a grand drone there, didn't get used. So you don't need to do that. And
Definitely don't do that.
definitely don't do that. That is that. I mean, this is not financial advice, but that is financial advice. Don't do that. It was. I kind of thought that I would, if I have all this gear, then I can get. I'm on the go.
All the gear and the idea.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. But realistically, when I look at it, what I needed at that point, I was using the Sony A7S II, which at the time I think you could get for $1,600. The 24-105, which you could get for $800. I could have just filmed weddings with that and a B cam. I had the 6400 A6400, which you can get for $700, and I could have just used a prime lens. I could go for $300, and then add everything I needed. But I didn't know. Hadn't filmed my own wedding. I'd only worked for a company that had 3 times the amount of equipment that you've got, and I was like, that's what I need to become this. That's why I hadn't done it for years. I hadn't started for years because I thought I have got nowhere near enough to start this. You genuinely, like, Christ, you can go.
You didn't have a podcast to tell you any different either.
No, that's it. You can start filming weddings with a bloody phone now. That's the thing. You can.
I mean, yeah.
You can. Like,
you can.
You can.
Right, yeah, you can. You can.
You can.
But you won't.
You won't.
No.
Don't do it. I mean, Jeff would absolutely. Like, if you've got all those little kits and stuff like that.
Jeff's tried. He said he went back anyway.
Well, if he didn't get bored, he could have kept on going. Like, his stuff was good.
You could go and get, for instance, you could get a Lumix GH5.
Yeah.
And you could, like I said, loads of people still use that. You could go and you pick them up super cheap now.
Yeah.
I don't know, 500 quid, 400 quid.
This is the thing.
Like,
I think
400 quid, and that camera still shoots 4K.
Yeah.
You get slow mo on it. Like, it's a great camera. Caveat is the autofocus is not great and it's not very good in low light. So bring lights. I shot one wedding with that GH5 and instantly went, I need full frame.
Yeah, but if someone's just starting
But if
out,
I had lights,
it doesn't matter.
If I had lights, it would be fine.
Because now you're telling the new people that they also need lights.
No, but when I say lights, I'm not meaning you need lights like this. You could just get an on-camera light.
That's the thing. You can just get a 40 quid on, not even that, a 20 quid on camera from Amazon.
£20 small rig light that sits on top of your camera, and that would be enough.
100%. This is the thing. Like,
unless you are filming in somewhere like the caves in Edinburgh, just don't take that booking on.
that was the one.
I've not shot there.
I haven't shot there yet, but it was the biggest fear. Yeah.
Have you got one?
No.
All right. So implied that you had one.
No. I mean, I'll probably still do it.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
If you're wondering what the caves in Edinburgh is, go and, I mean, it's pretty much what it says in the tin, but go and Google it and you'll see what we mean. It's dark AF.
So this is it. I think when you're starting out, just get yourself, just work out what's the minimum that I need, and then work from there and build it up, because it's way more satisfying if you do. And all of your favorite filmmakers have equipment that works for them and their style. You might not like that style once you start doing it. So try and film as comfortable as you can with the equipment you've got. Build it up, and you will learn what it is that you actually need.
So we've agreed that the camera equipment and stuff like that is not probably like you don't have to spend big on or get the best of. But what would be your one thing that is worth spending the money on?
Hard drives. It's not sexy. It's not fun. No one likes splurging money on data online. But let me tell you, you get into a situation where a file is corrupt or it goes missing, it will happen. It will happen to you. And if you don't have a backup, there's much to be said. Like, do you keep every file you've ever filmed? You and I do.
A lot of people don't.
A lot of people don't, because it costs so much money.
Yeah, it's overkill. And to be fair, I'm going to start deleting like a lot of the...
But look at the post that Adam Wing just put up on Instagram the other day. I don't know if you saw this, right? He had an inquiry come in from a couple he shot their wedding 10 years ago. And they wanted a 20-minute film as an upgrade to their original 5-minute film that was done 10 years ago. He was able to fulfill that. Now, granted, that's outlandish that that's going to happen all the time. But he had it, There's people in that film that no longer here anymore. There's kids in that film that are now growing up. And it's just something that you can offer. I think for the what hard drives can cost and things these days, I just think it's worth keeping it.
I mean, I keep it. I don't know, but yeah, for me it would be music. Music is a big one, because you can get away with using it. I mean, I use things like Artlist, even used Epidemic Sounds for probably a lot longer than I should have. But you could get away with it because it didn't sound terrible.
Yeah.
I think in hindsight now, but there's like a stark difference between the likes of some of those and Music Bed.
100%.
So that's been a worthwhile investment, because I remember having the conversation with Kirsty at the time, and Kirsty said, you cannot spend over £100 a month on music for your films.
Watch me.
Yeah. So and I did, and I'm glad that I didn't. But again, when you're first starting out, obviously £100 a month's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? £100 a month when you're first starting out, or even just now, it is. It's not an insignificant amount of money, but it's worth the investment. So I do feel like there's not really a comparison. Personally, that's my opinion. There's not really a comparison when it comes to quality of music.
I think when it comes to wanting to tell the story that you want to do, to have the vibe that you want, you need a premium song selection. Like, you need to have a library of songs that are going to give you the flexibility to do the work that you want to do. And I found before, when I was using the similar services to you, that I ran out of ideas. Like, music for me is inspiration. When I hear a song, I go, I could edit something like this. That's not how everyone works, but that's how I worked. And then I discovered Music Bed, the premium option, and I listened to it before I subscribed to it. I was listening to it in the car every day and going, oh my God, I've got inspiration here, inspiration there. I hadn't even shot the weddings that I was inspired for, but that's what it was doing for me. And it got me excited. And I knew that that's absolutely what I needed. And of course, I think it was, for me, it was like £90 a month at the time. And I didn't even second guess it, because as soon as I did it, it was like the doors unlocked to creativity. I was like, I've got so much room to go here in any direction I want, and it doesn't really feel like lift music or like corporate music. It felt personal, and I could find a song that was personalized to the couple.
The quality's different.
And then I thought of it as a business sense, and we've mentioned this in the podcast before, but £100 a month. Okay, how many weddings do you do a month? Maybe on average 3, 2, even 2 or 3, right? So it's not £100 a month. It's now £50 per wedding. Let's say you do a wedding for £1,500, and your music, that's if it costs £50, let's say that's one of 2 weddings in a month, 1,500 quid. You've done 2 weddings at 1,500 quid that month. Your £50 per wedding comes into 3% of that allocated budget for that wedding. Now, I think that's worth it.
Well, especially considering I think music is worth more than 3% of the overall product.
When it's heard literally 100% of the product. So, yeah, it can carry. It can make or break.
Oh, it does? Not can. Does.
It does.
Does.
So, absolutely worthwhile getting the top. I think it's worth it. I just don't think I think it's a no-brainer for your business.
Yeah, definitely. If you want to give your couples a viewing experience that matches the quality of your films, then VidFlow is the way to go.
Just upload your work, let the couples watch it on their TV, they can view a gallery on their phone, and wrap it up with all your branding so they get the ultimate viewing experience.
Think of it like Netflix, but for wedding films.
Listeners of That Wedding Videographer podcast get 10% off when they use the code TWVP. Hit the link in the show notes to get started.
Level up your wedding film delivery experience today.
Maybe the theme song to this section should be the up theme, because I can't read quiz questions without my glasses.
Oh.
I know.
Those bad boys.
See, since I got my haircut, it's even worse. I need to get new glasses. Or just commit to contact lenses. But I just can't get them in.
No.
Can't get them in. It's quiz time. The I Do I.Q.
Woohoo!
I love
My
that.
first one.
He's in the hot seat. He's answering the questions because I've got the quiz questions right here.
Go for it. I'm ready.
You ready?
Ready.
Okay.
Born ready.
There's no rules to I Do I.Q. You just answer, and I'll reveal all the answers afterwards.
Okay.
Question number 1. Whose bum garnered worldwide media attention after its appearance at a royal wedding?
Pass.
Oh, damn. Molehill Media just won Videographer of the Year at this year's TWIA final. But what city hosted this year's final?
London.
What does the F in f-stop stand for?
F and F stop. Focus.
Roostain was our first guest on TWVP.
Uh-huh.
But who was our second?
Russell.
Which month has the fewest weddings in the UK?
January.
Ooh, okay. Right, 5 questions. How did you find that?
Wait a minute. The royal bum. I'm gonna have to say something for that.
Can you? You said pass.
Aye, but you come back to it.
Oh,
'cause
do
the
you?
time-
Oh, do
the
you?
timer's still going.
I
can
don't know
hear
about
it.
that.
I can hear it.
I don't know. Okay, right. Give me a name.
Princess Diana.
Princess. Okay. Sound. Maybe I should have said the year.
The Queen.
If I said 2011, would that help?
Princess Beatrice.
Princess Beatrice. Okay. Well, Danny, it's time to go over the answers. Do you think you did all right at home? We're going to find out what the answers are right after this quick break.
Ah, come on! Are you tired of CRM just not getting the basic things right?
Things like being able to customize your brand fully,
Or constantly sending your emails to their spam folder?
or the juicy stuff getting analytics into performance.
That's why we have made the switch to Wadola.
The CRM built by wedding pros for wedding pros.
It's honestly the prettiest CRM we've ever seen.
To help you make the switch, we're offering 3 months free on Wadola by entering the code TWVP.
Wadola, the community-built CRM for wedding professionals.
All right.
That took forever. Come on.
Okay, cool. So question 1.
Uh-huh.
Whose bum garnered worldwide media attention after its
Uh-huh.
appearance at Royal Wedding? I then did ad-lib in 2011.
Uh-huh.
You said Princess Beatrice.
Uh-huh.
Pippa Middleton.
Oh, shit, so it was.
Comically, worldwide attention. Everyone was just talking about her bum.
Yeah.
Metal. Right. Molehill Media just won Videographer of the Year at this year's TWIA final.
Yes. London.
And what you said London, which it always is London.
Uh-huh.
But this year, they moved to Liverpool.
Did they?
Mm-hmm.
Bastards.
They did it in Liverpool this year.
Did they actually?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. What does the F in f-stop stand for?
Yep.
You said focus.
Yep.
It's focal length.
Oh, so it is.
0 for 3, Danny. All right. Roostain was our first guest on TWVP, but who was our second?
Yep. Russell.
You said Russell.
Yeah.
Are you going to go 0 for 5, Danny?
Is that no? How? Who was our second?
It was Russell. Of course it was. If you didn't get that one, I was going By the way, I probably wouldn't have got that.
No.
I would have known our guests, but I would never known them in order. All right. And lastly, which month has the fewest weddings in the UK? Because you asked me last week, which month has the most? So that's the fewest. You said
January.
And do you want to change your answer?
No.
The answer is January. That's 2 out of 5. Which
What did you get? 3?
I got 3.
Bastard.
Yeah, baby.
Focal length, of course it is. I couldn't think there. The bum question as well. That just threw me.
Yep. It's through the world, apparently.
I hate losing.
Yeah, but I love winning. How'd you get on at home? Let us know what your answers were, and if you beat Danny, then I should really get you like a D hat, like a dunce like we did on deck.
D for Danny. Yeah, J for jackass. Hope you enjoyed that conversation today. But as our new format is in full swing, we are going to end today with the Reddit rabbit hole. You ready for this?
Yeah, I hope this section becomes great. We get some absolute bangers.
And by the way, I just going out there, if you guys have any like Reddit rabbit hole crazy wedding stories that you want to send in to us, send us them in, and we'll see if we feature them.
Yeah, because it'll save us actually looking them up.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, well. Okay, are we ready?
Hit me.
So. So bad, man. Oh, the cringe. The groom's surprise guest.
Okay.
So, a bride posted on Reddit saying her wedding was perfect, beautiful venue, amazing weather, ceremony went smoothly, everyone crying, photographer and videographer nailing it.
Great.
What more could you want?
This is a good start.
That is it. That is the end. What did you think of that?
Well, I mean, see you next week, folks.
Then they got to the reception. And that's where things started to fall apart.
So obviously, been through the ceremony, and now we're into the reception part of the wedding. Okay.
Yep. The
So-
liquor is flowing.
Yep.
During the speeches, the groom stood up and said he had a special surprise for his new wife. Can you guess what this is?
Vaguely.
Everyone thought fireworks, a video montage, a song. Nope.
All 3.
He invited someone to come up from the back of the room. In walks his ex-girlfriend.
His ex-girlfriend.
His ex-girlfriend. I know that's not what you were thinking.
That's
there,
not
was
what
it?
I was thinking. No,
you were
this-
thinking the man that she's cheating on him with.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another one.
Okay.
Okay. Dead silence. Turns out the groom thought it would be mature and symbolic to have his ex come up and publicly thank the bride for taking care of him now.
It's like
And-
giving him away.
And to prove there were no hard feelings.
Whoa. Oh, no.
The bride had no idea that this was happening, of course. But the ex had no idea that the bride didn't know. She thought the bride was...
How does that conversation go down, by the way? By the way, Ian, like, do you fancy coming to our wedding and giving me away? Because we spent 2 weeks together, and you know,
doesn't sound like
I
it was
know,
2
I
weeks.
know,
This
I-
sounds like this was like...
oh
So
my-
now you've got a bride walking in... a bride in a dress trying not to cry. An ex awkwardly holding a microphone. 120 guests staring into the abyss. And the best man slowly sliding under the table.
he's still got his speech to go, by the way.
Mhm.
Content.
Oh, I know. I mean, he just doesn't. He doesn't need to look at his pre-written script anymore.
Mic drop.
The ex says, "I didn't realize this was meant to be a surprise. I probably shouldn't be here." you think? And walks straight back out. The bride leaves the room. The groom follows. Dinner's delayed by 45 minutes. And then later that night, the bride posts on Reddit asking, "Am I overreacting for wanting an annulment after my husband invited his ex to our wedding speech?" Note, they did not make it to their first anniversary.
What was he thinking?
I don't understand what goes. See some guys, right, that think this shit up, right? Like, surely, I mean, he's told somebody, surely.
Yeah, his ex.
No, but he must have told. But even the ex, like, why would she?
Why? How did that conversation actually go down?
Jesus.
Like, you know what's really common at weddings? Exes.
Jesus.
Maybe that's what's wrong with weddings. There's not enough exes turning up.
Oh no, I think that's fine. I think we're fine with the level that there is at weddings.
That is horrendous.
It's
I
so
do
bad.
wonder, did the videographer know, and did he or she mic up the ex?
I mean, I don't think we would need to worry about not having her mic'd up.
I
To be
mean,
honest,
but I mean, yeah, because
because it's gonna be the bride that's booked him. Oh, it's bad, isn't it?
oh my god,
Imagine.
that is horrendous.
That's so awkward. That is like
How, like, so
you don't come back for that.
no,
See, even like within like your family or friend group, like you're that guy that invited their ex to essentially give you away at the wedding. To say it's okay, you have my permission.
but the ex turned up to give him away.
Just
I
to
mean,
basically
like-
say thanks for taking him on.
Thank you. He was an absolute dick.
He was
But,
an absolute.
You know, I'm
wank.
sure he's better with you,
Wild, innit?
man.
Guys are just stupid.
I wonder if he'll invite his ex-wife to the next wedding
Oh,
to give away. We
Imagine.
almost got there,
imagine.
but I've
No, this year I've got two. I've got my ex girlfriend and my ex-wife.
I've got a chorus of exes here to give me away.
Any words of advice?
Walking down the aisle, the ceremony.
Any words of advice?
Holy
Oh,
crap,
bad,
that
innit?
is horrendous. I
So
know there's a
bad.
bucket load more of these out in the
Oh,
world because
so
people
many.
are trying to be different. I mean, what absolute
That's-
idiocy.
That's chaos. Isn't it?
And if you are the groom and you're one of our listeners,
Do not get married again.
just invite us. We'll give you away. Christ. Jesus.
That's bad, eh?
That's terrible.
That's so bad.
That is terrible.
That is grim. I'm speechless after that. I hope you enjoyed today's Reddit rabbit hole. Yeah, like I said, if you've got any juicy ones, send them in to us and we will feature them on the podcast. But yeah, that is gold.
That is brilliant. Oh,
Anyway,
boy.
that's all we have time for this week. We will see you again on Monday. But for now, I've been Danny,
I've been Jace,
and that's been That Wedding Videographer Podcast. See you soon.
and you have our blessing.